Right, we are speaking of accidents. I don't think this was an accident. This was a weird year for the stock market and your finances. We're almost at the end. We've got some last minute tips to talk about before 2025 ends. Paul Schatz, founder and president of Heritage Capital, back with us. It's a strange year. I mean, it was robust for a lot of people, but to get there was a little topsy-turvy, right?
Yeah, we had the tariff tantrum March and April.
You're right.
Lopped just
Liberation Day.
19.5% off the market.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been a really fun year if you've been invested in stocks and crypto and anything with risk. Gold, silver, you name it.
Your definition and my definition.
And I got the blue suit memo today.
Fun are a little different. Yes, you did. All right, let's talk. At the end of the year is always the big question of what we do in terms of income, deferring it and getting ready for taxes in April. We'll start with the first tip about the tax brackets, which are being kind of moved for inflation a little bit, right?
Right. That was one of the changes they did several years ago. Because why should the tax bracket stay the same every year when people presumably make a little bit more money?
Sure.
So if you have the opportunity to push your income into 2026, whether it's a bonus, whether it's taking income out of your business, you're better off because you won't pay the taxes until April of 2027.
Right.
And the tax brackets for 2026 will be indexed for inflation, so they'll be roughly 3% higher than they are today.
There's talk that taxes, that your income taxes are going to go down. So does that play into it a little bit?
Look, so the one big beautiful bill that was passed in July kept all the tax cuts in 2017.
Okay.
I think the House is going to get flip back to Democrats. So I think the best case on income tax cut would be from the lower brackets. But look, they don't. The lower brackets don't pay a lot to begin with.
All right. Well, that is interesting, especially with the political landscape. Let's talk about the tax losses and stock gains and all that stuff. End of the year, what do we do with them?
The optimal time to what we call harvest your losses, take your losses, was in March and April when stocks were down 19.5%.
Yeah.
But look, it's still end of the year. If you've got a bunch of gains you've taken in non-retirement accounts, for sure the best thing to do would be, look, take some losses you have, marry up the loss and the gain together.
Wash them out.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
We could swap.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm learning from you. I study a lot. Now, let's talk about charity money. What do we do?
So the one big beautiful bill changed a lot with charitable contributions starting in 2026. If folks do not itemize, they do the quick and easy 1040.
Right.
They can do for couples a $2,000 charitable contribution, $1,000 for singles, which was better than it was before.
Right.
If you itemize, which likely means you make more money, there's a floor of 0.5% of your income. If you make $100,000, the first $500 of your charitable contributions is no longer deductible.
Okay.
So you can certainly front load some charitable contributions in December.
Does it mean just give more?
Well, it doesn't mean, so what happens
to get over that floor.
Exactly.
Right.
And then the other thing the one big beautiful bill did was it also put a kind of a cap on, so if you're in the 33% tax bracket and higher, they've also taken away some of the deduction from the charitable contribution. So the charities lost in the one big beautiful bill, but that 0.5% cap floor people don't know about it.
Let's finish off with something, and we're going to kind of go back to the taxes and adjustments for the future, because we don't quite know where they're going to go, whether it is politically motivated
when is it
or not. Well, that's a good point. That always makes the question about IRAs versus Roths. Do you want to pay the taxes now versus later? What do you think?
I'm the huge Roth IRAs are the single greatest financial invention ever. Pay the tax now, which some people are like, I don't want to pay the tax now. I like my deduction.
Sure.
But if you pay the tax now, that's the one consequence. You get tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawals, and you never have to have a mandated government withdrawal when you're what used to be 70 and a half, then 72, then 73. So I always tell all my clients and our staff, he or she who has the most in Roth wins.
Yes. Okay. I'm thinking with my accountant, and we always talk. I've got a little fun money thing that I play with, and I'm wondering if I should just take those profits just to pay the taxes, to put them in a Roth to pay the taxes now.
I absolutely. The more money you can get in Roth at any age you do it, the better it's going to be. Yeah,
right.
it's one consequence and 3 benefits. Give me a 3-to-1 ratio anytime.
I like those odds. As always, you want to contact Paul, we'll put you through to get you to him on our website, fox61.com. Have
Thank
a
you.
good holiday.
Happy holidays, my
Always,
friend.
we'll see you in the new year.
Look forward to it.
Lots more questions. That's the way it works. Guys, over to you.